Hello, everybody. You guys see me? Can you guys hear me? What's up, Sarah, Manuel? Sarah Monsieur. Sarah likes my. Says I look constipated in the thumbnail. It's cropped. You don't see what's going on below, but I was defecating in that thumbnail. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, Sean? Sean's in Utah. Sean Kelly says, "Hi guys, just wanted to take a sec and say thanks for all that you two do, and for taking time out of your day to help complete strangers." Wow. Cool, man. Well, we want to thank you for actually enjoying our content and for thank you for thanking us, Sean. I mean, really, it's like people like you make it worth it, man. There's a whole lot more going on here than just our own little selves, right? You got to give back. Sandra is over in Sacramento, California. Sacktown. Hey, home skillet, says Joe Man. All right. What's up, everybody? Finally, I'm available for a sesh, says Baby Bless. All right, TH, if those are your initials, those are fantastic initials because they are my initials as well. 4th week of keto and IF. I have no appetite this week. Struggling to get food in. Average 800 to 1,000 calories a day since last Saturday. Am I harming myself with such caloric restriction? BMR is 1,700 calories. All right, look, first of all, you don't know that you burn 1,700 calories a day. So that's the first thing, my friend. I don't know where you got the idea that you burn 1,700 calories a day, but why do you think you know that? So let's see. So keto and IF. I'm assuming, and I might be assuming falsely, but I'm assuming that you're doing keto and IF with the intention of losing body fat. If the intention is losing body fat, and your hunger has dropped down so much that you only feel like eating 1,000 calories, well, I would say that you've probably found an incredibly effective regimen for reducing hunger. Because if we're trying to lose body fat, all right, I'm selfishly sitting in front of this light. I'll move because it just makes me look crazy. You guys can't. It looks like you're talking to an alien when I sit in front of that light. So I'll come over here and I'll wait for Jessica to come out, and then we'll figure out where to sit. All right, so if you're only eating 1,000 calories and you feel awesome and you're losing body fat, well, I think you're doing well, my friend. Are you harming yourself with such caloric restriction? How is it caloric restrict? I mean, it's the language we use here is really important in framing our reality, right? Philip K. Dick, didn't he say, he writes something like, you control the meaning of words, you can control reality. So the words you're using are kind of interesting. You're saying, am I harming myself with such caloric restriction? How is it caloric restriction if you're naturally not wanting to eat more than 1,000 calories? You see what I'm saying? You've been told by some calculator that you burn 1,700 calories a day. It's a random number generator, right? I mean, it's like you're literally looking at something that's algorithmically putting you through a little program, putting your numbers through a little program to try to guesstimate your metabolic rate, but that's not your real metabolic rate. So I would say if your goal is fat loss, enjoy the ride, enjoy what you're doing, and shoot, I mean, be grateful that you're so blessed to have found a diet that restricts your hunger so much that you're worried that you're not eating enough. And that's incredible, and that's the magic of keto. The magic of keto is not that you can eat 1,000,000 calories and still lose body fat. The magic of keto isn't that you can eat as much food as you want and still lose weight. Except for a lot of people, it actually does work like that, right? It's all about the language. So if you can eat, you right now can eat as much as calories and still lose weight. That's great. What keto doesn't do is make it so that you can eat unlimited amounts of food and not lose body fat. But it does drop your hunger dramatically, just like our buddy TH here is experiencing. So Keep it up, man. John C. says, thoughts on cold hands and feet on a keto diet. That sounds like it could be a thyroid issue or simple electrolyte issue. Cold hands and cold feet, usually due to downregulation of thyroid action. Any intense caloric restriction or super stressful period can cause those types of reactions. So if you're like stressing yourself out by eating too little and forcing yourself into a huge deficit, you might want to increase the caloric load a little bit. Rob says, I've been waiting for a live chat with you guys for so long, and I finally have a couple minutes. Hopefully you're on for a while. I don't know what a while is. We'll be here for a little bit. Sean Kelly, what's up, man? Can you help me understand how lignans are estrogenic, but can have an anti-estrogenic effect in the body? That's an interesting thing. Okay, so lignans will actually bind to the estrogen receptor. It's that simple. So just like opioids will bind to your opiate receptors, like, so one of the most popular all right, what is it? What's that stuff called? Oh man, what's that stuff called? The stuff people take when they're having the shits, when they're having diarrhea. I forget what it's called. Damn it. All right, so anyways, things can bind to receptors and block the hormones that will bind to those receptors. So lignans can supposedly have an anti-estrogenic effect by binding to the estrogen receptor, making it so that real estrogen cannot bind to those receptors. Long story short. Kevin Watts says, keto saved my life. I can only eat one meal a day. Why can you only eat one meal a day? What do you mean? All right, TH said he started for pain management, and the results have been fantastic. Body fat loss is an added bonus. How cool is that? Just the reduction of inflammation and pain that can happen on keto can be incredible. Code in my heart says less sexual drive on keto, question mark. All right, so if you're experiencing a drop in sex drive on keto, it's probably during that initial adaptation period. Many people have their hormones, their hormonal balance go in an incredibly positive direction, right? So you're giving yourself a lot of the, when you're eating a ketogenic diet, first of all, your body becomes much more efficient with the energy that it has, meaning it doesn't waste a bunch of energy all the time. Your body also, when it shifts into burning ketones instead of glucose, actually, let me make a different point. So when you're on a ketogenic diet, you're eating a lot of the substrate for building those sex steroid hormones. So estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. These sex steroid hormones are built out of saturated fat. They're built out of cholesterol, actually. Just like vitamin D is a hormone that's built from cholesterol, which is a required nutrient for the human body, and in absence of it, the brain atrophies, muscles atrophy, and sex drive drops. On a ketogenic diet, you're giving yourself plenty of that substrate, and many people see a great increase in sex drive as well as testosterone. If you're seeing a decrease, it might be because you're adapting to the diet. It's the very beginning of the diet, and you could have, it could be electrolytes. You could be short on sodium, magnesium, and potassium. Or you could just be restricting your calories too much. Gas Face Warrior says, your thoughts on fulvic trace minerals and adding nascent iodine. It's about context, my friend. Context. Rob says, I can't even begin to thank you guys enough for all you do to help me and my family. And I really wish there was something I could do beyond just thinking of you guys because you are wonderful presence. Wow, Rob. Dang. What can Rob do to thank us, Jessica? Nothing. Just live your life, man. You got an awesome family. You got an awesome life. Live it. Like, we're just people like you. You know, we're just people like you that are doing what we do. Accidentally rhyming. All right. One word Tristan has imprinted in our head. Everything in context. Exactly. It's all about context. To the guy who said eating too little calories can be as bad as eating too many calories. That's not true, but it's also about context. I mean, it's just all about context. So if a 5'2" woman is so shredded, is like fitness competition shredded, that's incredibly unhealthy. Yeah, that would be just as unhealthy as eating too many calories. But somebody who's got 100 pounds to lose, like doing a very restricted calorie diet or even fasting is not a bad idea. David Turner in Tasmania, what's up, dude? Kathy Bean says, Tristan, how much time do you spend in front of your Juve light daily? Just the 10 minutes upper body per side and then lower body per side, 40 minutes total? I don't count. I mean, honestly, like I'll lay under it and I'll just move around. I'll get different spots at different times of the day. I don't know. I mean, I usually try to stay within the recommended dosage. I have fallen asleep under it many times without negative effects. So, yeah, I'm sorry I can't really give you a real straight answer with that, but that's the honest truth is I don't know how much time I spend in front of it. Today I haven't used it once, unfortunately. I've just been too busy. Will you do a vid with Dr. Sean Baker, bro? Well, sure, if Sean Baker will come on. Sean Baker doing the carnivore diet. I actually eat carnivorous quite often. I don't think I've had vegetables in a while. Like, I think I haven't had any vegetables in like a month. Oh yeah, I'll eat spirulina and chlorella and stuff like that sometimes too. And it's not like I intentionally avoid them all the time. It's just, man, I mean, it's like when I first started out keto, I thought that the veggies were necessary, right? And we've been taught that vegetables are required for health. Vegetables are required for proper nutrition. And while there are plenty of micronutrients that are readily available in vegetables that are very important, you know, I gotta redact on the on any former statements I've made about vegetables being required for everybody, because they're not required for everybody. Obviously, dudes like Sean Baker have shown that. Adam Franz says, just bought a Juve, used your code. Cool, Adam. Which one did you get, man? Did you get the huge one? I want to get a Juve Max. I want to get a Juve Max. Those things are awesome. I want to get a mini one, too, for traveling. Baby Bless says, dude, you guys can't all come here and thank me. You're making me, like, I'm reading these comments and it seems like it's just a wank fest. Baby Bless, I'll read them to Jessica, who's putting Ryder to sleep, who's screaming in her ear for the last 10 minutes. Dude, I just wanted to finally thank you for all the help you were during my first few months of keto and IF. You made it so much more simple. Was 50 pounds down at 4 months and now 65 pounds after 6 months. I'm truly happier than I've ever been in my life. My mood is so much more even and calm now. Your videos were a huge help in keeping me motivated. Thanks to you and your fam. Baby Bless, thank you. A good name too, by the way. What a blessing babies are. So, Baby Bless. Thanks a lot for commenting, man. I mean, this shit, or woman or man, I don't know if you're a lady or a dude. This is what makes it worth it, you know? I mean, just reading this makes me want to make more videos, right? It's like, I can't tell you how many troll comments I get. I mean, there's people who hate me. There's people, and like, just vitriolic hate, who like will come to my videos after they've up for 2 minutes and downvote it and then leave a nasty comment. People who I've blocked many times. And it's sad but true that sometimes those tend to stick out more than positive comments in your mind. But I love doing these live things where we get real interaction with real people like you. So just keep it up. Keep living your life. Going Gonzo says, mail from Ecuador must be slow. Still haven't received the cookbook. We don't send our cookbooks from Ecuador, dude. We ship our cookbooks through BookBaby. You probably bought the ebook and got it in your email. Email me if you have a problem. Going Gonzo. How do you feel about vaccines? Caitlin Walker, you trying to get me in trouble? You trying to get me put in the gulags? How do you feel about vaccines? No comment. Imodium! Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly nailed it. Imodium. All right, so Imodium is an opioid, or it's an opiate antagonist, or is it an agonist? Whatever. Imodium will actually bind to the opiate receptors, but it's not an opiate. And that's how it works to slow digestion and peristalsis. Interesting, right? Catlin Walker, how do you feel about vaccines? How do you feel? Isn't it funny? Like, most of it, when you... How do I feel? I'm not going to say how I feel about vaccines, because the propaganda is to get people reacting emotionally all the time. It's like, how do you feel about vaccines? And, you know, half the population that talks about this openly is, no, I'm not even, like, I don't know. I'm not going to get into the vaccine things. It's super polarizing. you know, just like the mainstream media and the social engineers want. Yeah.
It's not something we actively seek out.
How do you feel about vaccines? Do your own research. Do your own research. What have you seen that film Vaxxed? How crazy is that? How crazy that they dragged Andrew Wakefield's name through the mud for decades and spent millions of dollars trying to discredit him. But anybody who does basic research and has basic research skills can find out what he was really saying and that he was not a so-called fraud. So I'll say that. Repent, people says, don't know if you remember me, but I want to thank you for answering my questions and providing so much vital information. Because of you, I've lost 85 pounds since April 1st, 2017. That's amazing. Yeah, I remember you. Of course I remember that name. Repent, people. Thank you, first of all. And second of all, you didn't lose that weight because of me, man. You just happened to be blessed enough to come upon a video at the right time in the right place that maybe like answered a question or two, but you did the work. Like you actually went in there and did what you needed to do, and you created those habits, and those habits are there for life. Like you're not gonna go back. You know, how can you go back to the old ways when you feel so much better? When you've gotten these results, it's like you're good now. You just cruising. Okay, Mutant Stoner says having problems with keto rash on my scalp. That's weird. You know, the keto rash is a great mystery. It's so rare. Mutant Stoner, you've been around for a while though, man. Why would you just be getting keto rash now?
What are you doing, Ryder?
Ryder, oh
What
man,
are you
yeah. You guys
doing?
want to see what the situation is?
Ryder.
And Ryder wants to wake up and hang out. You gonna hang out? Oh, look at this kid. Look at this chin. I love you guys. All right. Is it normal to have swelling in one foot even when I am drinking a lot of water? What? No, it's not normal to have swelling in one foot. Did you get bit by a bug or something? You know, some people get swelling in their feet and they get, what is it called? Edema? Edema? A lot of females get it. A lot of people who have a lot of inflammation. So I would just reduce inflammation as best you can, avoid inflammatory foods, and get good sleep. Get some really good sleep, and you'll be good. You know, get outside, get in the sunlight, you'll be all right. Okay. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, Victor! What's up, Victor? Hey, brother. During intermittent fasting on a 16-8 cycle, is monk fruit sweetener okay in the morning? My matcha tea, or will it kick me out of the fasting state? I wouldn't add, like, even if it's like stevia or something, I wouldn't add anything that's like gives you a taste when you're fasting. That's just me, though. I mean, there's no like science behind that. Like teas are fine, but anything that's like caloric, you know, monk fruit extract is like a 0-calorie sweetener. You need so little of it to sweeten your stuff, but you know, what I mean, it should be fine. But I don't know. For me, I wouldn't if I was fasting, and this is just my own dogma. When I'm fasting, I don't do anything that tastes like anything. So I just do water, or you know, tea's fine too. But yeah, man. I mean, you should be fine. It won't break your fast. It's like, what is it? 1 drop of monk fruit sweetener that you put in there. 1 drop per cup. It's hard to find the right dosage of pure monk fruit, though, because it can be very strong. Sandra says, lost 11 pounds first week on keto. Nada 2 weeks. I do 24, 18, 6, tons of vegetables, work out 6 days a week, clothes looser, but scale not moving. Have to take magnesium, calcium, Benadryl. Taking pregnenolone and DHEA. Look, clothes are looser, scale not moving. You're making progress. What happens to many people, like I talked about earlier, is you can lose body fat and gain lean muscle mass at the same time. So if the scale's not moving, that's not the only way of tracking progress. Are your pants fitting looser? Then you're making progress. So just keep it up. Is there another way of increasing the HCl in the body without supplementing with HCl with betaine? Well, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Now, giving yourself more salt, isn't that giving you the building block for HCl? Isn't chloride the building block for HCl? I could be wrong there, but I think salt can help improve the stomach acid. Also, peppermint spirits that can help increase stomach acids and probably HCl. But yeah, I'm not actually an expert in increasing HCl levels. But it's a cool question. I'll have to look into it. All right, David says I'm having one meal a day on an average of 500 calories. A struggle to eat anything else. Only because I'm not hungry. I feel great, more energy. Lost 3 kilos in 2 weeks. My sleep has even been better. So there's another person. There's another example right there of these blanket statements of, oh, you need to eat this amount of calories, or if you restrict your calories too much, it's super bad. It's not so simple, guys. If you got a lot of weight to lose, you can definitely handle bigger caloric deficits than somebody like me who doesn't have a lot of body fat. Okay. All right, Going Gonzo said you got the hard copy. All right, yeah, just your tracking information should be there. We don't do the shipping from Ecuador. It ships from the U.S. Check your email for your tracking information. All right, Suzanne says, is it normal to have... oh, yeah, we already read that. Ariel says, read the inserts online and make sure you are informed before making decision. Oh, no, don't read the inserts. Just listen to the gods at the doctor's office. They'll tell you everything you need to do. They know everything, right?
It's like doctors affiliate with pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, and they only make like hundreds of $1,000s a year in kickbacks from giving you these vaccines. How much does a doctor make from getting, fully vaccinating a child? All right, Kat C, what's up, Kat? Sandra Goff, what's up, Sandra? Keto Chaos, what's up, Keto Chaos? All right, Tommy Neal, would like to try this diet, but can be stuck in a car for 12 hours a day, so I think it would be a real challenge to keep it up. Do you think I could take enough cold keto-style food to last me all day? Totally, man. So you're in a car 12 hours a day. Are you a truck driver? Are you a trucker? You can eat out on keto. You order a steak. You get an omelet. And you get the fatty, protein-rich foods. And you skip on the carbs. Also, foods like wild-caught sardines, canned in olive oil can be great for traveling with. You can pre-prep foods. Sauerkraut. There you go. Avocados. Got a cool recipe for broccoli muffins in the Ketogenic Edge cookbook, which is actually now available in print.
And Spanish.
And Spanish. How crazy is that? Tenemos el libro en español también.
And if he's in a truck, he could take a little cooler, and have egg, like little.
If you're in a car all day,
egg quiches.
If you're in a car all day, you could always bring a little like stove with you, like a camping stove. That's something that we like to do when we travel. Bring a little camping stove. Mutant Stoner says, I've had it for a while, just never knew what it was. Well, that's weird that you had keto rash for a while. It came back. That's really strange. Maybe that's not keto rash, man. Maybe that's more like just like an eczema type thing. It's not like keto's going to cause a rash. Maybe perhaps your body is processing something and trying to get it out, and the skin is the most direct route for getting that out. Thoughts on golden milk? Golden milk being turmeric in oil or coconut oil. You take turmeric, you infuse it in coconut oil, right?
No, in actual milk.
In actual milk?
I think so.
No.
It wouldn't be.
All right, Jessica's trying to confuse me, but she's wrong. It's not in actual milk. All right. Will eating ground turkey spike more insulin than ground grass-fed beef? Look, yes, there will be different insulin responses to different protein sources, but protein has the most beneficial effect on insulin sensitivity, like compared to all other macros. If you're trying to lose body fat and become insulin sensitive, please stop listening to these charlatans like Jimmy freaking Moore who are telling you to avoid protein. Please stop listening to these fools. I can't tell you how many clients I've had come to me who are like damaged from eating too little protein because they've been listening to these fools who like don't even have results. Like, how do people still listen to these people? I'm not saying that you're definitely listening to this person, but he's one of the main culprits of this type of thinking. Oh, it's going to spike your insulin if you eat one bite of protein. Look, if you like lean turkey, eat the lean turkey. Don't worry about, oh, the turkey is going to spike my insulin slightly more than ground beef, so I'm never going to eat turkey even though I love it. Don't go there. Don't go there. That's madness. Enjoy your turkey if you like your turkey. There's going to be some fats in there. Have it with some fats. Eat a well-rounded keto meal. Get your protein requirements in 0.8 grams per pound of your lean body mass, and you'll be good. Alright, expecting lots of pain this summer because I live in Arizona, says Mutant Stoner. Why pain? Why? Okay, Daniel says, I'm keen to hear about keto and cholesterol, especially in the context of someone with familial hypercholesterolemia. Alright, cholesterol. One of the most demonized compounds in the human body, and not rightly so. Shouldn't be demonized so much. Cholesterol is a building block for sex steroid hormones. Cholesterol is a building block of vitamin D. You need cholesterol. You need dietary cholesterol. We need cholesterol for our brain. We need cholesterol for our cell membranes. It is required. It is a very, very powerful force in the body and is not a bad thing. There are different sizes of LDL particles that must be taken into account as well, but just the mere presence of cholesterol is not the cause of heart disease. Here's some stats about cholesterol. Some stats that you won't read in the insert for your statins, which will tell you all the side effects that you'll experience from lowering your cholesterol levels. Let's see, where do I start? Let's talk about the side effects of suppressing cholesterol levels, say with statins. Or with, say, a vegan enslavement diet. So if you're taking statins or on a vegan slave diet, your chronically low cholesterol will cause side effects such as low testosterone, depression, brain and muscle atrophy, sarcopenia, the weakening of your bones, loss of bone mineral density, depression, increased chances of psychosis. This like you're literally looking at like suppressing your cholesterol literally makes you die more from all causes. People with suppressed cholesterol levels, people with low cholesterol die more from all causes. They die more. So don't trip out about the cholesterol, in my opinion. Of course, I'm not a doctor. I am not one of the gods at the FDA or the USDA. Or the DEA. You must listen to what your doctor tells you. Everything doctors say is right because they can call themselves doctors. All right. Sean Kelly says, no, you're right. Salt is needed for creating bile acids. Yeah, for sure. Sodium is the building block, so you need that chloride to make the HCl. Get in the Cl to make the HCl. NaCl. All right. Well, eating ground... All right, let's see. Okay. My cholesterol was LDL 154, HDL 36. So it sounds like the HDL is low there, huh? Ratio 5.7 and total 204. I don't know if it's because I'm losing weight or on the keto diet. Yeah, when we're losing a lot of weight, we usually have higher triglycerides, higher cholesterol. When we're using fat for fuel, that fat has to travel around the body somehow. How's it going to get there? Okay. Daniel says, so stoked your books are available in print now. Do you know if you ship internationally? Yes, we do. We can ship books anywhere in the world, as long as you don't have customs that's going to screw you over. But yeah, we ship internationally. And you can get the books exclusively at primaledgehealth.com. We went through a private publisher. We self-published using BookBaby. So if you go to primaledgehealth.com, you'll see the little link on the page for buying the book where it tells you where to get the print book. And we're just so excited to finally have it in print. Like this was a long time coming. It took quite a while to figure out exactly how to do it optimally without using Amazon, which is disgusting. If you're an entrepreneur, or you call yourself an entrepreneur and your whole gig is selling Amazon affiliate links, you're not an entrepreneur. You're an 18-year-old who figured out how to use Amazon affiliate links. Um, Amazon rips off content producers, and they just recently decreased. Didn't they decrease the prices that people make when they sell books through Amazon too?
No, they cut back their services, so they don't edit because they're
Amazon cut back their services for print books too.
So they don't edit, they don't help you format, they don't do any design covers. Their customer service.
They can't hear you because you're far away.
Just the customer service decreased.
Amazon, yeah, destroyed their so-called customer service.
Because they're too big, they can't give enough attention.
Yeah, well, they just don't care. Amazon cornered the ebook market with their stupid Kindle scheme, and everybody thinks that they have to sell on Amazon now, and it's just ridiculous. So yeah, we decided not to sell our book on Amazon. We decided not to use Amazon as our publisher, and we're really grateful to be working with a legitimate small family company called Book Baby. Julie Russell said, do you guys see many UFOs out there? How's the moon looking? The moon looked crazy yesterday. Jessica and I have seen all kinds of crazy shit in the sky in various parts of the world. That's something that I've experienced for years. And when I said, like, you asked about UFOs, I'm not saying that these are aliens. I think that's a lot of that is just a bunch of baloney. But there are all kinds of crazy stuff in the sky, especially around the equator in the Andes of Ecuador. Just wild electrical phenomenon and like weird stuff in the sky here. Remember that thing we saw during that eclipse? There was something that happened during this eclipse here. That lunar eclipse, was it 2 years ago?
It was at the end of October.
Last year?
Right?
2 years ago. That was crazy. We saw this really weird light at the top of this mountain. It was during the eclipse, like only during the actual eclipse, and it was this blue emerald thing, and it was moving around all weird. Very, very strange. Jeremiah Schmitz says, I just built a decompression swing. Thanks to you inspiring me. Thank you so much, Tristan. I already feel my back pain relief. Wow. That is awesome. I haven't gone upside down in like 3 days. I need to. I've been all crooked, like in tight spaces, trying to work on this car for the last few days, and I feel the effects on my body. Victor says, it's also a beef heart night. Nice! I got it in the slow cooker with some of Jessica's homemade sauerkraut. Search the video if you haven't checked it out yet. Mushrooms and onion. You two are the best. Well, thank you. We are not the best, but we try to be as best we can. We try to be the best we can. All right. Ariel says 12 weeks pregnant, fell off keto. Can I transition to keto to avoid gestational diabetes? Look, you'll be fine. Go back into keto. You're going to be totally fine. I'm not a doctor, though. Consult your doctor. Jessica did a full-on keto pregnancy. She loved it. It was way smoother than her first pregnancy. Daniel says, I know all the BS regarding cholesterol, but in someone who already had just below 300 LDL, and after going keto, it has jumped to high 400s, do you think it's something to worry about? I don't know. Like, who's going to give you a definite answer on that, right? Like, why don't you go get a scan of your heart? Go see what the plaque buildup on your heart is, and see if there's any correlation between your cholesterol levels and the level of plaque in your heart. Okay. Riza says 8 years vegan was a nightmare, bro. Reza, yeah, I'm sorry. But you're recovering. It's like these are temporary states, right? You know, diseases you're not branded with this, you know? I mean, like things like type 2 diabetes, obesity. These are not permanent states. Did I just compare veganism to type 2 diabetes and obesity? Like, okay. I guess I'm a little tired. I just mixed up two thoughts right there. All right. Marie says, I want to start fasting. How many calories should I eat in my window? I don't know. Don't know. How many calories you should eat? I just don't know. Like, there's many different things that come into play there. Your stress levels, your hormone levels. If you're a female, most females tend to react... not most, but more females tend to have negative reactions to fasting than do males. So, I don't know. Daniel says, awesome, RE shipping internationally. Thank you for the water. Oh.
One more?
What a good woman.
Ah,
Do you want to say hi to Jessica? There she
Hi.
is. The lovely Jessica.
I'm gonna go get something special.
She's gonna go get something special.
I made it today. It's my whipped body butter.
What do you suggest for an electrolyte imbalance due to lack of copper?
Lack of coffee?
What do you mean lack of copper? You got a lack of copper. You got a lack of copper. Increase your copper levels. Drink out of a copper vessel.
Yeah.
Get a copper cup and drink out of it.
Do you want to try my stuff?
Some dude with a crazy name. I don't care if you can't see me properly. Got a red light on. Alright. This guy's gonna be banned. Because he's annoying. He's just on timeout because I don't know how to ban people anymore. Maybe YouTube took away the right to ban because I just ban motherfuckers all day. Alright. Thoughts on eating carnivore? I talked about it earlier. It works for a lot of people. I do it very often. In fact, today I've had no... Actually, I accidentally ate carbs today because Jessica contaminated my meatballs with sunflower seeds and... What was it?
Egg.
And that's not... I eat sunflower seeds and something else. Sesame.
No, there was no sesame.
You said sesame.
And then I said, no, I'm wrong. Sunflower
okay,
seeds.
sunflower seeds. She contaminated my meatballs with sunflower seeds and I didn't know.
You probably didn't eat more than a tablespoon, though.
I don't know. They were pretty crunchy. Keto Chaos says he's exposing his body to red light for health. So that light right there is what's creating that crazy glow to the 15-year-old who just came on and complained about, I can't see you, brah. That is red light therapy. 660 nanometers and 810 nanometers near infrared and red light actually have very potent anti-inflammatory effects on the body and are just incredibly powerful for our physiology in general. So look into red light therapy. We actually have a link in the description, or we will have a link in the description for where you can get a Juve. Actually, will you put the description on now, please, right now?
Right now.
Like right now, actually.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
That'd be very helpful.
Yeah.
See, look, our audience is better at marketing for us than we are.
Usually, yeah.
I know, right? They're the ones who always tell people, buy their books to say thanks. It's like, okay. All right. Check out Dr. Sean Baker doing a 30 carn challenge. Yeah, I know about Dr. Sean Baker. I would love to get him on for like a podcast or something. Or he should just come visit. I don't like doing these podcasts like on Skype anymore. I like to be with people, hang out with people, not just like talk to them on Skype. Think a swing would help an SI joint. It's been about a year and it still hurts from time to time. Went to Cairo, then researched it and decided to stop. Look, I mean, if you're decompressing your spine and decompressing all of your ligaments and joints at the same time, it should definitely have an effect. I mean, if you're inverting, like I showed on the last live hangout, if you're inverting, you're literally pulling your entire body weight. You're hanging from your legs. And, you know, I mean, it's not a magic bullet, but it is something that really can help relieve pain and just be incredibly powerful. Daniel Stanley, do you believe in the theory that UFOs are really angels or fallen angels? Well, there's a lot of different... this is a Primal Edge Health, not... I should do more stuff like this on the Powers That BTC channel. So I made another channel, kind of talked about cryptocurrency stuff, but the whole cryptocurrency world is just so... It's like more obnoxious than the keto world. It's like there's so many like charlatans. It's just all about people trying to scam each other. And so I haven't really put out that much content on that channel lately. And plus crypto's been boring the last month because the market finally corrected. So we're waiting for it to go back up again. But that's something more for the Powers That BTC channel. Do you believe in the theory that UFOs are really fallen angels? Read the book of Enoch, first Enoch, not the stupid channeled fake New Age second Enoch or whatever. Read the book of Enoch. Daniel Morgan says, had a calcium scan, 0 coronary plaque. Only been doing keto for a short time though. Everything I've read seems to point that the LDL is not an issue. If you're losing body fat, that LDL is probably higher because you're losing body fat. You're burning a bunch of fat. Jessica just added the links to the script. So pleased with herself, and I look so pleased with her.
You should try my whipped body butter.
Keto Chaos says, hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Them your
Keto.
whipped body butter.
My whipped body butter. It's cacao butter
Putting it on her legs.
with coconut oil and lavender essential oil.
Wow.
Yeah.
Smells really good.
It's really cool. It's like mousse. It can be your massage oil.
My massage? What massage?
The ones you
The
get
massage
all the time.
I never get. All right. I've been reading a bunch for a while now about low carb keto cholesterol. Most of it is not in the context of someone with familial hypercholesterolemia. Well, what is hypercholesterolemia? I mean, I don't know. Look more into all these things, man. Dig a little bit deeper. Familial hypercholesterolemia. I mean, a lot of us get caught up and it's like, oh, well, I'm genetically predisposed to this or that. It's epigenetics are where it's at. I'm not into this genetic determinism thing. It's about epigenetics.
Did you see the comment? I forget the name, but it was from somebody asking about
Bread?
no, just not using like sugary tasting things, and how to make desserts and sweets and things without that. It makes me think of the Ketogenic Edge cookbook. Has a whole dessert section where I don't use any like erythritol or sugar alcohols or anything. And they're all naturally sweetened with spices. So things like cinnamon, you can use lemon in certain cases, stevia extract. I think I use that in a few recipes, but most of them are just really simple whole foods. Vanilla powder can be really, really nice, and it's important with that to get a good quality one, because otherwise the flavor it's not really there if you don't do it with a high quality. I want to scroll up and get the comments, but I have lotion all over my hands. I'm all oily.
Yeah, I'll scroll.
Okay.
All right, check it out. There was a comment about bread, about your keto bread.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it go?
I don't know.
Where did it go? Do you guys sell red lights? What's the discount code? All right, so we affiliate with the company Juve, and if you look in the description of this video, there will be a link and the coupon code, and you get $25 off. The coupon code is Primal Edge Health, all uppercase. There's other devices out there too. We kind of cut straight to the chase though and went for like the best one that actually, it's like, to us it's about time, right? Like it's not just about the effective therapy, but it's like this light is so powerful that you only need 10 to 20 minutes exposure to get the benefits, which can last weeks. Here's a question for you. Take it.
Okay. My bread always caves in. I still eat it, and it's very tasty.
All right, so
maybe my eggs are too big.
Let me just clarify this. When she was talking about the Ketogenic Edge cookbook earlier, that's available only on our website, and it's available in print now. So you can get that book in print, so you can have it in your kitchen, or you can get the ebook copy, which is also available exclusively at our website. The link's in the description. That's the one. The Ketogenic Edge cookbook has all these, like the dessert recipes are not using any sweeteners.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the new book, what is the book called?
The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking.
The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking is so epic. And in that one, we show you how to use stuff like Lakanto, which is an erythritol monk fruit extract. And it's our favorite sweetener for keto. So you can try that out. There's probably a link in the description for Lakanto as well. Another one of the very few companies that we affiliate with. They're a family company as well, a small company. We're all about giving people alternatives to sugar, getting people off the crap like
They're
the
really
sugar
great.
and the wheat and
Yeah.
the soy and all this shit that people are led to eat in their enslavement diet. Where'd that question go again about the bread? Okay, so my Gordon, the bread recipe that she's talking about, which is called the best keto bread or
All-purpose bread.
Best keto all-purpose bread. That recipe is on our website for free. And the recipe is also, it was a preview of the recipe from the
Yeah.
Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking. And Jessica will tell you how to get it not to collapse.
Super simple. I would try cooking it for 15 minutes longer.
So if you cooked it for 45 minutes.
Cook it for an hour. Pretty simple. And if that doesn't work, second would be to increase your heat just a little bit. Because, you know, all ovens are different. So sometimes with baking, you got to find what works for you.
What are your thoughts on dry brushing? It's awesome. Feels great.
Yeah.
Is cardio a waste of time when the goal is muscle tone? All right, so if the goal is building muscle, cardio can help with recovery. I don't think cardio is a waste of time as far as health, longevity, and feeling good goes. But if you're just trying to make gains, excessive cardio will stop the gains. So some cardio good, too much cardio not so good for gains. Remember, it's all about context.
Dun, dun, dun.
Is high-fat organic dairy acceptable? I'm guessing that you're talking about on keto. High-fat dairy.
So like heavy cream.
Yeah, like heavy cream and stuff like that.
Nice,
Nothing
nice
wrong with heavy
cheeses.
cream. Yeah. Heavy cream, like aged cheeses, stuff like that. Sounds good.
You can have a little bit of yogurt too.
Full
You
fat
know,
yogurt,
just-
like in very moderate amounts in recipe,
Yeah.
can be fine. But it depends on the individual, and we're not all about chasing ketones, right? Like if you're just running around worried about what your blood ketones are all the time, you're kind of missing the point of doing a keto diet. If you're trying to lose body fat, if you're trying to get the benefits of a ketogenic diet, chasing ketones, constantly being worried about your blood ketone levels, can actually be counterproductive. And we're not big on just constantly chasing ketone. Keto Chaos says, how do you feel about banning haters or people who personally attack on YouTube? My kid tells me that doing that creates an echo chamber. Look, we're putting out content here not for like the masses. We're not here to cater to people that we don't care like if they like our shit or not. If you're gonna hate, if you're gonna come on here and talk shit, you'll get banned. If you're gonna make negative comments, if you're gonna nag and niggle at me and say like shit that I don't give a shit about, you will get kicked to the curb. So yeah, we're all about the banning. The ban button's the best.
But we're not against constructive criticism or being challenged in our thoughts or.
Right, but there's so many trolls out there that it's
Yeah.
just like ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, if you're running the YouTube channel Keto Chaos, like, don't
You'd be
just leave
surprised
the
with some of the
trolls.
stuff that you see.
It doesn't
It's
create an
crazy.
echo chamber. I mean, like, what do you want? A bunch of 14-year-olds commenting on your stuff, talking about, like, oh, like, I don't know, like just the amount of trolling on YouTube is ridiculous. It's almost as bad as Facebook. All right. What advice do you give to someone who wants to look like a bodybuilder? Get some steroids, man. If you want to look like a bodybuilder, you got to get on the gear. Thanks for the info about cholesterol. We'll keep researching. Yeah, look, I'm not saying like if you got hypercholesterolemia in your family and your cholesterol is super elevated, it's not a problem. I'm just giving my own thoughts on cholesterol. This is not medical advice or to be construed as being taken as medical advice. Go to your gods at the doctor's office for medical advice. The ultimate guide to low-carb baking is epic.
Thanks, Adam.
Okay.
There's some good
Sean's-
recipes up on the website from
Yeah.
the baking book too. We have the zucchini chocolate chip cookies. We have a carrot cake. Tomorrow's
carrot cake is so
post
good.
is the maple frosting.
Are you kidding me? We tried to make a video about this cake with
many
the frosting,
times.
and every single time we ended up making the cake and then eating it before we even made the frosting.
It was the coffee cake.
It was timing. It was a timing thing. If you fast on keto, does it matter how you break your fast? Yeah, break your fast with a normal keto meal, Alejandro. The vanilla cake recipe with the buttercream frosting.
Yes.
Bomb. He liked it.
Nice.
Is the buttercream frosting the one you put up online?
No, the buttercream frosting is in the book. It's a maple buttercream frosting that I'm doing tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow. So it's similar, but it's a little twist with the maple.
Yeah. Does eating a lean meat alongside a fat help to curb the insulin spike? You're worried about insulin spike and you want to add fat to lower the insulin. That, unfortunately, I think that's silly. I think it's a silly way to go about it. To be looking at all your foods, like every protein source you're having as, oh, is this going to create some insulin response? If I just add fat, it'll somehow make my insulin response less or make me more insulin sensitive. That's not how it works. In fact, fats, when you have a lot of fat present in the blood, it makes you insulin resistant. Fat makes us insulin resistant. You know why? Because when we're on a high-fat diet, we want to partition the glucose that our body needs to use in certain parts of the brain. Some parts of the brain only can use glucose. So you need to partition that. Julie Russell says, loving you guys so much. My kind of people. Thanks for being on planet.
Wow.
Thanks.
I didn't.
Thanks
put
for
me
being
here.
on planet. We've got news. Off planet.
Oh, we're going off.
We're going off planet, guys. We're gonna leave YouTube. We've been invited with the elite to go off planet. It's gonna be amazing. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're glad we're here on planet as well. Hey, does erythritol mess with either of your digestion? Lakanto sounds like they did it right by combining it with monk fruit, so they help complement each other.
Yeah.
Erythritol, I mean, I don't eat excessive amounts of erythritol ever, but I've eaten some pretty decent amounts of that Lakanto and some of these recipes that Jessica's made, and don't get any negative effects from it. All right, so Keto Zebra, let me finish answering your question. Thanks for dropping by. I like your name. I like zebras. Don't worry about the insulin spike from your favorite protein source. Eat a well-balanced keto meal and move forward. All right? So like the person who asked earlier about if I eat lean turkey, is that too much insulin response as opposed to beef? Should I just eat beef instead of turkey? People are overcomplicating it. They're overcomplicating it to market you bullshit, right? People are selling you these blood ketone strips. They're all affiliating with like Keto Mojo and shit now. Everyone's like making their video, you can pick your blood and do this crap. It's like, it's nonsense. Everybody's so worried about the wrong things. Just move forward, enjoy your diet, eat keto foods, live your life. Keto Chaos says, thanks, man. Ban hammer on the trolls. I'm running a YouTube channel and recently banned a snarky old woman who was just personally attacking me. Just discussed this in my last live. Thank you. Okay. Keto Chaos. Shout out to Keto Chaos. The ban hammer should be in your hand firmly at all times on YouTube because it's full of trolls. It's full of people that are just trying to get attention to their own channel. I can't tell you how many vegan haters I've banned. I can't tell you how many weirdo people who are just obsessed with whatever I say for whatever reason who latch on to shit and that I've had to ban them. I've probably got hundreds of people that are banned from this channel. Some of them maybe didn't even deserve to get banned. Maybe they were just saying something and I took it the wrong way that day. But you know what? This isn't like a public space for me. Like, this is content that we put out, that we control. You know, like, we put this out and it's open to anybody to come see. But if you're gonna comment and be negative and be shitty, you're gonna get your ass kicked out. So just, you know, I mean, why do you... These live things, we used to get quite a few trolls, but we don't get them anymore. And you know what's funny? There used to be 5 people that every video I put up, within 2 minutes of it being put up, it's like they had a notification so that they could dislike my videos. But they're banned, so they can't even dislike my videos anymore because they've all shown themselves. Because when we go away for a while, we don't do a live thing or put out a video, the trolls just froth at the mouth and they're the first to comment, and then they get banned, and then the next video, guess what? We'll have like 0 dislikes because all those trolls end up showing themselves. There's a bunch of weirdos out there, especially on YouTube. Ban hammer must be strong if you're gonna be running YouTube, and you got to have thick skin too. You got to be able to take it. Somebody was asking about your favorite bad cereal back in the day.
Basic 4.
Basic 4.
Basic 4 is my favorite.
Wow, Basic 4.
Was my favorite.
Basic 4.
Sliced almonds and raisins and little crunchy things.
Honey bunches of oats, honey roasted.
I also liked
yellow honey bunches of oats and
Lucky Charms.
Yeah, Lucky Charms. And
French Toast Crunch. That was
Captain
mine.
Crunch.
I don't know that one.
I used to eat Captain Crunch like every morning in college in the dining hall. French Toast Crunch, Sarah's Majour.
Yeah, Sarah.
Sarah Majour, you're banned. French Toast Crunch sucks. No, I'm just kidding.
But you have to have it dry. It's not good with milk.
But you are banned because I don't like French Toast Crunch. Anybody else want to talk about French Toast Crunch? No, I'm just kidding. What else was like disgusting cereal that we used to eat? Oh, you know what I used to do? A lot of Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles, they were like crack. I mean, I could eat 3 bowls of Fruity Pebbles, and I would get a big bowl, fill it all the way up to the top, and the milk at the bottom of those Fruity Pebbles, and it's all full of all the food coloring and dye and endocrine disruptors and all that crap. Terrible.
My mom would go to Whole Foods and get granola.
Sean Kelly says, "How's your digestion when you don't eat vegetables?" Perfect. Like literally,
Yeah.
when I don't eat vegetables, my digestion's perfect. When I do eat too many vegetables, my digestion gets worse. So there you go. Everyone's like, you need more fiber.
But
Everyone needs
everybody's
fiber.
different.
Everyone's
right?
different. Yeah.
Like you and I eat different amounts
Exactly.
of
That's why I
vegetables.
don't come out here and tell everybody don't eat vegetables because
Right.
right now I'm not eating vegetables. It's not just about.
But it is nice to know that it's possible. To not
Sarah
eat
Mazur says,
vegetables
"Are
and
you
you
gonna
don't
live
have
on
to.
Mars with the Amazon guy?
Ooh, no. Amazon guy?
What's
No.
his face? Jeff Bezos? Is he going on the Mars journey? No one's gonna go live on Mars. That's the funny thing. That's all lies. You think anybody's really going to the Mars? Why haven't we been? Why did we go to the moon? How many
Can't go to
times?
the moon.
How many times did Apollo, the
0.
god Apollo, go to the moon? How many times? And we can't go now, right? And that NASA scientist came out and was like, yeah, well, it's unfortunate because we destroyed all the technology that we used to go to the moon.
And all the
What? What are you talking about? Nah, Peter Thiel. Why do Peter Thiel? I almost always call Jeff Bezos Peter Thiel.
Yeah.
Peter Thiel is another fascinating character as far as like history of the 20th century goes and modern day stuff. Keto Zebra says thank you for the answer. No worries. Hey guys, love the channel. I'm struggling to keep my electrolytes up. It's hot in Australia. I've increased sodium and drink electrolyte mix every day, but still get dizzy. Those electrolyte mixes don't usually have a good dose of electrolyte. Get at least 5,000 to 7,000 milligrams of sodium a day. Try to get like 4 teaspoons of salt in a day with your food. Take 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 2 times daily. Potassium you can get from either potassium citrate, potassium chloride. Yeah, usually about avocado, spinach. I'd rather you get your potassium from foods. Avocado, spinach, pumpkin seeds, meats, and fish all have good amounts of potassium.
I like taking salt just on a little teaspoon and I put it in the back of my throat and then chase it with water.
Why is the circadian rhythm important? Good question, because every single process in our body is in a dual world, a dualistic world. We have light, dark cycles. So we need sleep and wakefulness cycles. So the circadian rhythm is crucial. The time that we're exposed to light is of vital importance because when we wake up in the morning, we are told when to create cortisol, when to get hungry, when to do just about everything by light that hits our eye. Keto Zebra says, are you serving keto Kool-Aid before you go off planet? Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. Like we're only here, we're just shilling keto so that we can get off planet because the elite know that keto's really bad for you. They just want to depopulate, so we're just shilling for keto until we get our tickets to off planet. I'm joking, obviously. Rebecca says, signed up for Steam It. Can't figure it out. Look, Steam It's cool. Look, Steam It's not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction as far as like thinking about different ways to do content, to decentralize content. All right.
We encourage people to go over there, right? We're double posting our videos. We have videos
yeah.
on YouTube and we have
Yeah,
videos
check us out on
Steam
Steam It. Primal Edge Health over on Steam It. It's not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. All right, let's see. I'm about 15 minutes from my overnight volunteer job. If I vanish, thanks for the great video. I'm helping upgrade a hospital's computers. Wow. Awesome. Keto Zebra says she does salt shots too.
Yeah.
Look, instead of the electrolyte drinks, take 800 milligrams of magnesium a day, eat avocados and spinach, get those electrolytes in. Do you use special salts like pink or Celtic sea salt? All right, the Himalayan salt is very popular. In my opinion on Himalayan salt isn't very popular yet, but most people catch on eventually, right? All right, Libros Gaming. Libros Gaming is banned. Oh no, you're just on timeout. Why? How do I ban them? Why can't I used to be able to just ban with a button? YouTube, you're really gonna make it harder to ban people? How lame. Libros Gaming is coming on trying to shill. Give me subscribers to my gaming channel, bro. I'm trying to grow my gaming channel, brah. Backwoods North, what's up? Red meat seems to have enough salt naturally in it. Oh, I put lots of salt on my red meat. Thoughts on golden berries? Those are a cool food. Pretty low in carbs, too. They grow abundantly here. called uvias in Ecuador. Is it necessary to add fats to main meals while doing keto? Hey, that's a good question. Marian Gonzalez. Okay, Marian. It's not necessary to add fats to meals while doing keto, but you... I mean, all right.
Context.
It's about context. Like I said 100 times on this channel should be called Keto in Context. Except it's called Primal Edge Health. But we're always talking about context because there's no right answer to that in every context. So I add fat to every meal. I don't have a lot of body fat to burn. I'm not trying to get leaner. Somebody who's trying to lose body fat might not need to add that much fat to meals. So if you're eating a steak that's already got a bunch of fat in it, if you're eating eggs, you might not need to add a bunch of fat. Other people might want to add fat. Someone who's very lean or athletic, who's moving around a lot throughout the day, might need more dietary fat than somebody who wants to lose 100 pounds in a year. All right, tips for someone new to the gym. I've been weightlifting. What do you mean weightlifting? Like, you mean weightlifting as in Olympic lifting? Tips for someone new to the gym. Take it easy.
That's
Don't
what I
go
was
too
thinking.
crazy. Don't go too nuts. Don't do
Yeah.
more than 3 times a... Don't do more than 3 times per week when you're first starting out. Get sufficient rest periods in between your sets. Don't go too nuts, and you'll be all right. It's funny because as soon as I started talking about trolls, I had a few of them show up, when usually no trolls show up here. But I can't figure out how to ban people again. Report. YouTube, you have to figure out this banning thing during the live events. Marian says, gracias por contestarme.
Claro.
De nada.
Claro que
Claro.
sí.
Marian, tenemos un libro en español también. ¿Cómo se llama en español? El libro ketogénico.
De cocina vanguardia, creo.
Sí.
El libro, el libro cocina ketogénica de vanguardia.
And that is
Algo
available
así.
exclusively at primaledgehealth.com. All right. What else is going on? Are people still trolling? Okay. Out of all the keto videos I've watched, yours is... Oh, no, it's another compliment.
Oh,
Yours
no.
is the most
Should we block
honest
them?
and informative. Love your channel. Definitely going to get the books. Thank you very much.
you.
We appreciate it. Like this, you know, these comments from people talking about how they lost weight after watching our channel or they were inspired by it, that makes it all worth it. You know,
Yeah,
it
it
really
does.
does. You know, the trolls get annoying, but that's really what we feed on. That's what fuels us, right? It's just we feel blessed to be able to actually, you know, transmit some knowledge to you guys and be able to help you to live a better life and to just be better people. And, you know, I mean, that's why we're here. That's why we serve the master that we serve. All right. Michelle, thank you very much. Keto lifestyle. Coming from someone that has lost 100 pounds, I wouldn't worry too much about your fats. Keep the carbs low and protein moderate. And I just use fats to feel full. Keto lifestyle, right on. Well, you know, the most satiating macronutrient is not fat. The most satiating macronutrient is protein. If you're trying to lose body fat, the most important thing to eat is protein. Yeah, so fat, you know, fat can be important depending on the context, but it doesn't mean that everybody's context is just like my context. My Gorton says in Spanish. I'm so getting it from Mom. Yeah, it's available in Spanish. We don't have it available in print in Spanish yet. But are we going to do that?
It depends.
It depends. We might do it. We don't know how much
people want
demand
it,
there's going to be.
yeah,
And we haven't
we can
marketed
figure it
in
out.
Spanish at all, but we've actually been selling quite a few of the ebook in Spanish, which is awesome. Marty Schmidt wins. He says, truck talk. How's it going?
I don't know what that means.
Truck talk. He's probably talking about our truck.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Jessica hates the truck.
I'll ban you both.
Jessica says you're banned, and I'm banned for talking about the truck. Jessica's sick of it. Are you?
No.
She's not. She likes it. Our truck's almost done. I mean, it's like never done, right?
He gave me a ride in it.
We drove it.
Okay.
I've been driving it this week. I've been breaking in the engine this week. It's so much better than it was. Marty, the truck's awesome. The Blazer's great. The new engine is nice. It's got nice Brodix heads, full-length headers. I had to drive to Aloha with open headers, which means like your exhaust is not even connected, so it's just like like I thought it was gonna explode my eardrums. I did the exhaust twice because it was too quiet the first exhaust I got put on. So then I went back and I got some resonators put on, and it sounds so good now. I got the Dakota digital dash gauges. I installed an air fuel ratio mirror.
Air conditioning.
We got air conditioning. So
And a heater.
it's like as close to a modern vehicle, but also still a truck. It's an old Blazer. It's just so nice. I'm super happy with how it's turned out. It's been like a year of intense hard work.
Yeah.
And I was working on it like half the day today, trying to get the carburetor right. And I don't know anything about carburetors or like really cars in general, but I kind of built this thing from the ground up. And it's been a really fun experience. It's been awesome. What made you guys choose Ecuador out of anywhere in the world? The weather, the weather's perfect. For us, Ecuador is beautiful. I don't know. We speak
really
Spanish. We like the people here. The climate's fantastic. The food's great. The air's clean. The water's clean. And the family still has a place in Ecuadorian society. You know, it's like the family is still the locus of social life, whereas like in most of the Western world, we've been propagandized against family, against having children, as if so it's like somehow bad, right? You get programmed with like all this dehumanizing stuff in the media that tells you don't have kids and the family's bad, just go off to work. Women and men both go to work, and the kids go to the public indoctrination centers so that they can learn lies and hopefully become a doctor and worship mammon and make a bunch of money and then die miserable. And so yeah. We love Ecuador. Like it's a different place. It's like going back in time a little bit in certain ways. You still have, I mean, there's certain things you give up when you move to a place like Ecuador, but we like it. What's the truck's name? It's nameless. There's not even any decals on it. You can't even tell what it is now. Its name is Homunculus.
This is homunculus.
Homunculus. H-O-M-U-N.
No,
Homunculus.
that's like Hunka Munka from the Peter Rabbit stories.
Jessica's tired.
No, it's true. Hunka
I
Munka.
don't know what Hunka Munka
It's
is. All right. How to begin on keto. Get enough protein. If you're looking to lose body fat, fat is your energy source, but you don't need to eat an astronomical amounts of fat. So I'm going to save you a bunch of time right here. This is how you eat a well-formulated ketogenic diet. You got protein, fat, and carbs. Protein is not an energy source. Carbs are now not an energy source. Carbs are basically just vegetables if you're into the veggies to get the fiber and the micronutrients, and that's it. They're not there for energy. Protein's also not there for energy, but you have a minimum requirement for protein that you need to get in each day. So get in 0.8 grams per pound of your desired lean body mass. So if you need to drop 100 pounds, say if you're aiming for, I don't know, 140 pounds at 20% body fat or so, that might leave you at like, I don't know, 0.8 grams per pound of lean body mass might be. I'm just throwing this out there without doing the math in my head even. That might be like 90 grams of protein. So get your protein in. Fat is the energy source. Fat can come from the plate or from your body. So in the beginning, eat fat, but eat it to satiety. You don't have to worry about trying to restrict your calories too much in the beginning. But once your hunger drops, what do? You drop the fats back because you're just not hungry anymore. Like if you rewind this broadcast, you'll hear a lot of people, or hear me reading a lot of people's comments when they're saying that they're just not hungry on keto. And that's the magic of keto. It makes you less hungry. It makes it much easier to lose body fat.
It is a really amazing diet.
Who translated the English into Spanish? It's great that you've done that, released it in Spanish.
Oh, thank you.
What was that guy's name? I don't know. Some guy
Really
did a great job.
He did a good job.
We met him through
Fiber.
He's off world. He's off planet. He's in our off planet contacts. I can't believe people actually. People would actually buy into that, huh? Like going off planet.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Well, I've heard talk about there's a Hilton on the moon. That was going
there's gonna
around
be
for
a
a
Hilton
while.
on the moon
Yeah.
that nobody's been to since 1969. Okay, so,
Supposedly.
yeah. Apollo. So I'm taking it that if you are okay. Um, okay, did I answer that last question about keto? How to start keto?
Yeah,
Well
I thought it
enough.
was great. I thought it
Get
was great.
enough protein. Fat's your energy source from the body or from your plate.
Yeah, just remember electrolytes too. I
Get
would
the
throw that
electrolytes in. Get enough sodium, 5 to 7,000 milligrams of sodium. I usually recommend 400 to 800 milligrams of supplemented magnesium daily, and get potassium from food sources. You'll be good. Okay. Is it dangerous there? Yeah, I mean,
Is
if
it
you're
dangerous where you are?
yeah, it's no more dangerous. Is it dangerous in Chicago? Is it dangerous in Atlanta? Is it dangerous in
LA.
Los Angeles? Is it dangerous in, I don't know. I mean, it's just like, what kind of life do you live? Kukul Khan says that, yeah, the truck is gender neutral. So he didn't know how to name it. It hasn't decided its gender yet. That's the thing. I should identify as a truck. I identify as a truck.
Did you see? Go back up. There you go.
About the recipes in the book, are they dairy free?
Many of them are.
And also, we show you how to make everything dairy free if it's not dairy free.
Yeah, I did that on
So
purpose.
yes and no.
Because if there's dairy, it's like you sprinkle cheese on top, which is easy to just not do if you don't want dairy in there.
Yeah, and we don't. None of them are like really like cheese centric or dairy centric.
Exactly.
So, did you research all that before you made the decision to move there, or was it like you wanted to change and move there, but you loved it? So you say, yeah, we visited.
Yes,
We
the latter
visited
part.
Ecuador, and they're like, damn, we're not leaving. I'm still hungry on keto, easily putting away 3,000 calories a day. So there you go. It's not all one size fits all. Not everybody doesn't get hungry. So that's why a lot of people say, oh, well, calories don't matter on keto. Just eat what you want, keto style foods. For those individuals, it's true, right? Like for me, I can intuitively eat on keto and not gain weight or lose body fat. But other people can't. Renee Michelle says the truck is a perfect name.
Sean Kelly wants ice cream. There's a keto ice cream in my book.
Which book?
The Ketogenic Edge Cookbook. It has a berry ice cream.
Thank you. Your name is so hard to read. Ishual Sharon. You got a beautiful smile in that picture. You're going to do really well with keto. The thing with keto for fat loss is it's not that it makes it for everybody that they're not everybody gets their hunger dropped down to the floor immediately. But if you've got a significant amount of body fat to lose, usually that hunger drops really quickly. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a lifestyle, and you are reformulating your relationship with food. A lot of cravings go away, and then you'll realize as your body actually craves these things less, your mind also does, and the emotional eating things. Not that this is like
it's about forming new
necessarily
habits.
you, but
Yeah.
people in general. You're reconceptualizing your relationship with food and with your body and the way you take care of yourself.
These are like bots. Why can't I just ban them?
Oh, for sure. Hot Gamer Chica.
Hot Gamer Chica, come to my live stream. How pathetic. It's like, this is probably not even a real person. It's probably just a Chinese bot. Keto is not for me if the math is everything. I swear I fight with that daily. I am a mathematical illiterate. Math makes me fat. Can anyone help me ease out of the stress related to the math of it all? Julie, eat enough protein. Fat comes with that protein source. Keep your carbs low enough and you'll be fine. Some people just make it way too complicated. You gotta eat 80% fat and 70%. It's just ridiculous. The ratios don't matter for fat loss. If you're trying to lose body fat, get enough protein in. If you're a woman, usually, all right, look, 0.8 grams per pound of your lean body mass. So if you weigh 200 pounds and you're about 40% body fat, you probably want to eat like 90 to 120 grams of protein because your target lean body mass would be about, 140 or 150. Your immediate, or rather your immediate lean body mass and your target lean body mass might be around there. So eat like 90 to 120 grams of protein. Get enough fat in the beginning. When your hunger drops, then drop the fats back and keep those carbs low. Stay off of the sugary foods. Keep the carbs super low and you'll be good. Tamara says, my boyfriend Michael is enjoying our Juve light too.
Nice.
The Juve's amazing. I love the red light therapy. You know, the cheapest way to get red light therapy, the best way to get full spectrum light is the only source of full spectrum light, the sun. Get outside in that natural light. Okay. So yeah, look, Julie, the math is not, like everybody talks about the math and the 70%, 80%. This is just confusing to so many. Get enough protein. Fat comes with the protein. Keep the carbs low. Lather, rinse, repeat. Can't find the Juve website or my company might be blocking it. Will you post? Yeah, the link is in the description of this video. So check it out. Just click the link and you can see there's 3 versions. Well, actually, there's 6 versions, which can be confusing. There's the small one, the medium one, and the large one. And then there's 2 versions of each of those. There's one that's... There's 3 versions of each of those.
Which one do you recommend?
Get the combo unit. The combo unit has both the infrared and the near infrared light in a combination. They also give you the option of doing just near infrared or just red light. Did I say infrared and near infrared? It's red or near infrared. So you have 660 nanometers, which doesn't really go that deep into the flesh. Whereas the near infrared, which you don't even see visually, will go about 5 centimeters deep into your flesh. It'll actually go through the bone as well. So, found the link in the description. All right. I'm getting tired. I'm getting thirsty. And I'm going to go to the bathroom. So, we're going to wrap this live stream up. For everybody who's out, check out Daisy. Look at this Daisy. Daisy, what are you doing? Daisy, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Daisy? Come here. Oh, come.
All right, for people who are listening to this on iTunes later, Daisy's our dog who gets really excited with every little bit of attention.
Daisy's the most... All right, so they say that dogs make, like, most oxytocin out of any other animal. Daisy makes more oxytocin than any other dog. Look at her eyes when I touch her. She, like, winces in pleasure. She can't get enough snuggles. She's the most sweet little dog you could ever imagine. Daisy produces more oxytocin than any creature in the world. She's the sweetest little dog. And she's really goofy. You could push her off the bed. She's really funny. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. You can find more at primaledgehealth.com. We mentioned the Juve light and red light therapy. You can find more of that stuff on our website as well as at the link in the description for Juve. And then, yeah.
There's information about Lecanto, too. We talked about that a little bit.
We did.
That's up there. There's a discount code if you're into it.
What's the discount code?
Primal Edge Health.
One word?
Yeah.
How much do they get off?
20% off.
What? 20% off? That's crazy. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later. John, Julie, Renee, EPP, Amy, everybody who came by. Thank you so much for hanging out. You can find more at primaledgehealth.com. We'll be back. Don't worry, guys. It won't be so long between these. How do I stop this broadcast? All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.